Harry Reeder, teaching elder, Evangel Presbytery. I would speak against the minority report. But first, can I get one clarification, Mr. Moderator? I keep hearing people say that the overture that had a substantial majority supporting this Calvary overture, that the Overtures Committee, we're adopting their we have before us the adoption of their recommendation, but the overture does not call us to adopt the Nashville Statement. That's been said 4 times, and I don't think that's accurate. I think it's to declare it as biblically faithful, not to adopt it as a part of the PCA standards or papers. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
Thank you, sir. Secondly, I really don't feel comfortable either in dealing with the minority report for assigning motives, and I don't want to assign motives to those good brothers and sisters who participated in the Nashville Statement, fortress mentality, and other things. I just don't think that's accurate at all. I'd just rather deal with this face up. And so when I heard that there was going to be a recommendation that we had declare it faithful and commend it as a discipleship tool for all intents and purposes to our presbyteries and General Assembly and churches, I was encouraged. And then I heard there'd be a minority report, and I went back to investigate myself. Why would there be a minority report on this? And I would have vested interest because we actually did our own statement, and before we did, we commended this and the RPCNA as both helpful tools to our leadership in our church to begin to study the issue over the past months, and which is what I understand. So what is it that my session missed that they should never have used the Nashville Statement as a discipleship tool that we see that here that my session didn't see? And so I began to ask, and I was told, well, we can do better. Well, I'm sure we can. Praise the Lord. And I'm looking forward to it. But I don't think in our doing better, we dismiss what others have already done that can help us do better. Our own team that worked on our statement made use of this, of the Nashville Statement to our profit. I was told, well, it's a parachurch has been referred to. Well, I mean, our standards came from a parachurch organization. That was a parachurch organization that produced the Westminster Standards. I was told, and why would I want to withhold a good discipleship tool and give them wisdom? Well, it doesn't cover every pastoral situation. I don't know one that does. Our study committee will not produce something that'll cover every pastoral situation dealing with the LGBTQ issues. But it gives principles that we can, with wisdom, apply in our leadership. And I see it as one of many. I love what the RPCNA has done. I like much of what the RPCS did. I was around. That's how old I am when that one was done. And then I also love, I love what we've done. I love what a number of people, the Central Carolina Presbytery. I think all of these need to be commended that are faithful biblical documents. And if we have a study committee, I would hope that they would make use of this, and I think we ought to commend it to them as something to use, just like to other organizations. This is a matter of discipleship. Yes, we need to speak to the world. This overture is not saying this is our final word to the world. It is just simply something we can use as we work through speaking to the world. So I would commend us as a discipleship tool with biblically faithful answers that give theological clarity and ministerial charity to make use of this and not withhold it from our presbyteries and not to send a message to our evangelical brothers. By the way, our PCA guys were involved in this, some of them. So I think it is something that should be used, and I cannot for the life of me understand, would we have the arrogance to hold it back or the arrogance to not see its value and to make use of it, knowing that it is simply being declared as a biblical, faithful statement, not the last statement.
Microphone number 6.